Welcome to this channel. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe to our channel. In the news, I didn't ask Tinubu to suspend Fubara. Wike reveals his plan for Governor Fubara before Tinubu hijacked it. Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike has denied claims that he called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to suspend Rivers State Governor Sim Fubara amid the ongoing political conflict in the state. Speaking during a Channels television broadcast on July 4, 2025, Wike made it clear that he never lobbied for the president's direct involvement. Instead, he said his preference was for a constitutional process that would see the governor removed through impeachment. He stated plainly that his stance has always been for the governor to face impeachment. According to Wike, the president has opted to consider the broader constitutional implications of the matter in Rivers State before stepping in. Wike also revealed that prior to taking up his current role in Abuja, he had already reached an understanding with relevant figures within the party. He explained that his agreements were not only with Governor Fubara, but also with officials of the national, zonal, and state levels of the party. He stressed that critics often take his words out of context, urging observers to consider the complete narrative rather than isolated remarks. In his own words, he remarked, "I said the governor should be impeached," Wike stated. The president, in his wisdom, was considering the total constitution of the Rivers State, he added. He further said, "Before I became a minister, I agreed with my governor. I agree with the National Party office, I agree with the zonal, and I agree with the state," he explained. "So people should not, you cut this and show this. No, take the whole thing holistically," he added. When questioned about whether a one-term arrangement was part of the deal with Governor Fubara, Wike brushed off the suggestion, appearing visibly annoyed. He challenged the relevance of the question and dismissed it as unnecessary, saying such issues are not of public concern. He expressed further irritation at repeated attempts to dig into the private details of political arrangements, insisting that the real focus should be on ensuring peace in Rivers State rather than speculating on internal party decisions. Wike also pushed back against the notion that Tinubu imposed conditions during the reconciliation process. He explained that the president never summoned anyone to agree to specific terms, describing such claims as baseless speculation. The minister didn't hold back his criticism of some media outlets and commentators. He accused them of spreading misleading narratives and lamented that many now seek attention where political influence no longer flows. He said major platforms like Arise, Channels, and AIT were once benefiting from certain interests that no longer exist. Despite being repeatedly pressed during the interview, Wike refused to go into the fine details of any private political arrangement. Instead, he sent a clear message to those who continue to speculate about his actions. When he reaches a decision, peace usually follows. He added that whatever anyone chooses to say is their own concern, and that critics can remain in the dark for all he cares. That's all that Wike said concerning the matter. When he appeared even on Channels Television Politics Today program, he was discussing with the anchor Seun Okinbaloye, and these are some of the submissions of the minister. Basically, he was, specifically being pressed to really spill some beans about the conclusion they had together. That's between him and Fubara. But as tactical and political as he is, he refused to, divulge any information. Instead, he got irritated and even made the anchor to understand the fact that he doesn't care whose ox is God. As far as peace has returned to Rivers State, that's the situation that he is after. Then any other private decisions or agreement or conclusions that is not meant for public consumption will remain, in the secrecy. It's not going to come out even for the public even to consume. But then, of course, 2 years is not far away. If at all, according to speculation, it is 2 years or a term that Fubara will use, we will surely see. And the man also came out to pinpointedly tell the anchor that he didn't plan for Fubara to come back or, for a state of emergency to be declared in Rivers State. He said he did not lobby the president at all about the matter, but in president's wisdom, he decided to intervene and then gave, as it were now, a Fubara a leverage. Now, this is not a statement from Wike, but then, of course, we can see that if what Wike had orchestrated had come to fruition, by now Fubara will have been in the annals of history of Rivers State, because if he is removed constitutionally by impeachment, he's gone and gone forever. He might not even be able to complete his own tenure. But from what the president has done, it's like doing Fubara, giving him an advantage, doing him a favor, and such that the man could still gasp and have opportunity to breathe again. Even if it's going to be for 2 years, at least he's still the governor for one full term, and it's going to be in record that he was a governor at the end of his term in Rivers State. Also, during the interview, Minister Wike was able to even say that so many media houses, like the one he is currently in, attending interview, and others he mentioned, that they were the one trying to feed from the feud that was going on between him and Fubara, and he has made them to realize that that time of eating through their problem has gone. So there's no free news for them as regards Wike and Fubara anymore. And he pinpointed it that, of course, these media houses are the one causing some problem sometimes, because of the way they escalated and give some sensational report about what is going on. And Wike also pinpointed some of the things he has done already, that he had agreements even with the governor, that he also had agreements at the national, zonal, and state levels of the party. And there's a stress that even critics often take his word out of context, because he made mention of the fact that oftentimes, because of the fact that they want to read into people's mind, and since they are not divulging information, then they begin to read even into their mind. So, but for Wike, he believed that it is the president in his wisdom that was considering the total constitution of the River State that made him to, intervene in the way he intervened. And he said further that before I became a minister, I agree with my governor and the party at national, zonal, and at state level. And then he said that people should not, he cut this out and show it. They shouldn't just say what they don't know. That's just it. He told them to take the whole thing holistically, he added. And there is need for journalists also to really, really do that. They should stop cutting people's word and be taking it out of context in order because they want to sell. We need to promote our country and give the best. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe to our channel. We want to say thank you very much.